Hi, I'm Marky.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is the Happy Everly After podcast. Hi, and welcome to the Happy Everly After podcast. My name is Marky Osler, and I am getting over some sort of head cold, lung something. On this podcast, I talk about being happy and sad at the same time because I am a living, breathing, walking example of that. I am so blessed. I have the most wonderful life, but I've also gone through a lot of hard things, and I talk about all of the things on here. And even as I'm talking, I can feel my lungs being out of breath. I'm like, am I okay? I'm just talking. I'm not running a mile. Geez. Okay, so this might be a quick one, but I wanted to say hi. I wanted to touch base. Today is January 8th when I'm recording this. It might come out in a week and a half. So sorry about that. That's just kind of the schedule that me and my producer are on, and she's the freaking best. But I'm a little late to the game asking you guys what your New Year's resolutions are, and I really wanted to know those things and talk about them. And you didn't ask for my advice, but I just want to talk about your resolutions and if I agree with them or if I think they're dumb and you need to change them. Just kidding. Always here to support. I'll probably talk about mine because I feel like I have a lot of little ones, but I feel like I'll talk about them throughout this because a lot of what you guys are saying, oh my gosh, do I have asthma? I need to take a puff of something. I feel like I'm pregnant again where when the baby is pushing on your freaking organs and your lungs and you just are out of breath no matter what all the time. Or when you're on your period and your husband breathes and you're like, why do you sound like that? That's how I feel right now. Only with myself. So I apologize. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the new year and plans and what you guys have planned. And it might be fun at the end of the year to kind of revisit this episode and talk about the resolutions. So here we go. So this past year, just the last couple years, I have been in a body journey. I got the gastric sleeve, it's probably been 3 years ago, you guys. It's because I couldn't lose weight. I have an entire episode on that. I could not. I was spending $1 zillion on nutritionists and personal trainers, and I had meals, all the stuff. I did all the stuff. I went to the doctors. I did the blood test. I'm why am I so bloated? For the amount that I was working out, I should have been fit AF, ripped. I want muscle. And that's the thing is I had a lot of muscle. It's I'd go to the gym and I'd have a lot of muscle, but I couldn't lose any of the body fat on top of the muscle. And that was so extremely frustrating. So a couple of years ago, I got the gastric sleeve. Go back, find that episode. It's there somewhere. It was the best thing I ever did, and I'm so happy I did it. A couple years later, I got diagnosed with PCOS, and I basically have every single symptom of PCOS. So I've always had bad acne. My periods were hard. I don't sleep. I have peach fuzz on my face. One of the main symptoms is infertility. But I was able to conceive all my babies and carry them full term. So I think that that's maybe a reason why my OB wasn't oh, I think that you might have this disorder. Oh, ovarian cysts. I've always had ovarian cysts. I've had a couple of them rupture in my life. I wanted to die. Literally, the pain is so awful. So I got diagnosed with PCOS last year. That's helped me a lot with just the symptoms acne. That's been a journey. Dang, maybe that should be an episode. My acne, go to Meet Everly Joe on Instagram and you can look at my acne journey. I've done Accutane a zillion times. I've tried everything. And my skin for the last like year has been like very clear because I went to a hormone specialist. Don't look at it now because I low-key broke out like 3 weeks ago. And so it's kind of the residual of that. But point of the story is I got diagnosed with PCOS. So that actually explained a lot of like the weight that I was like holding on to. It's because PCOS, it affects your like insulin levels and stuff like that. So all of that to say, wow, that was a tangent. All of that to say that the last couple years I have been on like a body journey. Basically, since like after Everly passed away, after she passed away, I literally was like, I have to take care of my heart. I have to take care of my body. I owe it to her. She was born with an unhealthy heart and I have a healthy heart. Like I need to take care of it. So I like had this new drive. So that helped a lot. Point of the story, couldn't lose weight. Went and got the gastric sleeve. Finally lost weight. Felt great. Was able to run around with my kids. I ran a 5K on Thanksgiving just because I was like, I guess I'll do it. Like, sure. And I freaking did it. I wanted to poop. I heard that's a thing where you like poop when you run. I pooped immediately after. I really do hear that that's a thing. So I hope I'm not just making that up in my head. So I did that and I feel great. So then a couple years after that, here I am done having kids in my body. Yes, we have a surrogate and all that stuff. That's a whole different story. Go back and look at the other episodes. Sorry, I've just already talked about it like so much. But I finally got my mommy makeover this year. And then I had a revision like 6 months later. And so it was just a lot. Like the last year, my body has just been healing and I haven't been working out really. Definitely not motivated to like go lift a bunch of weights when like I'm in and out of surgery every couple months, right? So like I haven't been super motivated to do it. But here we are 4 hours into this podcast and I'll tell you that this year I really like I'm cleared to work out. I feel great. I talked to my doctor. I'm good to go. I'm good to work out and go crazy if I want to. Like I'm healed essentially. And so here we go. I am like starting that journey, which is so funny because starting a health journey, there's so many types of health, but starting a fitness journey is actually so cliche, but I'm doing that this year. So good for me. And I don't want to lose weight. I can't lose any more weight. It's hard for me to keep body weight on me because of my gastric sleeve. I have to really like focus on protein. I don't crave sugar anymore, so it's a lot easier. But point of the story is, yay me, January 1st, I'm on a health journey. And then Christmas was like on a Wednesday, and then New Year's was on like I don't remember, a Wednesday or something. And then school didn't start until January 6th. So if you ask me, that little bit, January 1st to January 6th, that didn't count. That didn't count. We're at January 8th when I'm recording this, and it just started on Monday. The new year just started. So don't worry your little faces off. We're good. It just started. I need oxygen. Not me taking a break and looking at the camera, talking to my producer, being like, I need oxygen. Somebody come give me freaking pure oxygen or like an IV of something. Okay, so that is one of my New Year's resolutions. The other one is I want to clean up the piles in my house. I have pretty severe ADHD, and while I'm sitting here in my office and you guys look at my bookshelves behind me, yeah, there's like a random onion because I cut up onions when I'm sick. There's a random piece of chocolate here, sure. Some puzzles, some chargers, some books, some paperwork. Like maybe I kind of look put together, but if you saw my house, the main rooms are immaculate And I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to my main rooms. But this office that I'm sitting in right now, I have a pile in this corner of like camera equipment and a puzzle that I work on sometimes. In that corner, I have like a tree and a basketball hoop for my kids and a roller, like a stretcher roller thing. In this corner, I have things that I'm trying to sell. I have a picture of a kangaroo that I had in Van's nursery, but Van doesn't need a kangaroo in his room anymore, you know? He wants like cars and like I don't know what the freak he wants, Legos and Ninja Kids and stuff like that. So that's all in that corner. This corner is, I have a Cricut. Do I have a Cricut company? Do I make things with my Cricut that much? No, but it's there. Sure. Should it go in my basement? Probably. But here comes the kicker. One of my resolutions is to clean out the basement and organize it. Why? Because we're finishing it. Ugh. We're finally finishing our basement. We've been here for almost like 5.5 years, almost 6 years. But the only thing about that is we travel so much during the summer that I don't feel like I've been here that long. So that's like crazy. But like Van just turned 5 and we brought him home in this house. So like that's nuts. Like that was 5.5 years. Like that's crazy to me. Anyways, so I can't just put all this shit in the basement. I have to clean out the basement too. So I'm in my organizing era. I'm in my organizing year. And that's my other resolution. Okay, cool. Let's be done talking about me because like I'm going to freaking pass out over here. It's so annoying because it's like I cough and it's either, I know you guys care about this, right? But I either cough and it's like mucusy and then I want to like gag and throw up on the mucus, or it's completely dry. And I honestly don't know which one is worse because they both really suck. I'm just grateful for my health. Anyways, okay. I asked you guys on Meet Everly Joe's page. That's my daughter who passed away over 7 years ago. And I have an Instagram account for her where I talk about her and talk about motherhood after losing a child and the whole thing. So let's talk about some of your resolutions, shall we? This one is great. This person said to stop criticizing myself and accept who I am as a person. Oh my gosh. I love this for you so much. For the longest time, I felt like I had to hide who I was. I felt like I had to dull my shine. I feel like I had to fit into a circle when I was a square. Like I wasn't like my sisters really were really close, but like I wasn't like my neighbors and my sisters. Like I was always a little bit different. I liked different things. I like to wear cool, weird things that like make me feel good. I was never really a cookie cutter normal person that actually like, that is not me. I associate with plenty of you like that. And I love you and I'm happy you're happy, but I was never just fell in that line, in that order, you know? And it was last year that the last couple years for sure, but last year it was my year where I was like, I'm freaking done. Like, I am so tired of just like faking who I am. Like, this is who I really am. And the people who really love me and really care about me, they're not going anywhere. And if they do go anywhere, then like F off. Like, I do not freaking need you. And also like that didn't happen with anybody. Like, I was so honest with my feelings. I was so honest about the journey I was on. And I expressed it to people and like for the most part, people were so supportive of me. And I think that they saw it from miles away because they know just who I am and they love me for who I am. And so this first one is like such a great one to start on because I'm like, yes, like You freaking be your, to stop criticizing myself and accept who I am as a person. Like, stop criticizing yourself. Like, you are who you are, and you're a great person, and you're a nice person, and just don't be a dick. And you're fine. Just like, be a nice person. And this person I've like seen on my social media, and I believe you are a good person. I don't know you, but I believe that you are. So you are. And, you know, I have the final say, obviously. So you're welcome. Okay, that was a great one to start. This one says start a business. I freaking love that for you too. I love that for you. So a couple of years ago, I started a clothing line, and it was so fun because I love fashion so much. I about said default. That's not the right word. Downfall. The downfall to that is most of my following are like moms, and not only are they moms, but they're like moms that have been through a lot. So whether they're lost moms, special needs moms, just like moms who have been through it. And not every mom who's been through it and who's tired and who's freaking trying to survive motherhood, not all of them want to wear like the checkered sparkle neon green something, you know? And I loved it because I started this business and I learned so much, and I regret nothing. I made my money back. I still have inventory in my house. Talk about the piles that I'm trying to get rid of. Yep, I still have some. So just come take those clothes. If you live in my area, just message me and be like, do you have clothes for sale? And I'll be like, yeah, it's $1. Take it, whatever. But I love that you want to start a business. I think that it's so healthy and so fun. You learn so much about yourself and the world, and it's great. I don't want to sound so privileged because I was lucky to have a husband who has a business who, like, I never had to worry about like putting dinner on my table. And like, I'm so grateful for that. And I feel like if that was different, like I recognize that. I want you to know that I recognize that. And it would have been different. Like maybe I would have just like shifted things and like figured it out and freaking balled and just made money for my family. Like obviously I would have. So I feel very privileged to be like, it was something that I wanted to try on my own and see what happened without all the stakes in it that a lot of people have. So just know that I support you. The person who wrote this, I know you from growing up. You're the best. Send me your info. I will shout you out. I will support you. I will buy all your stuff, and just let me know because I got your back, girl. So you do you and pop off, and you're going to freaking do great. You're going to do so great. I know you are. Can't wait to learn more. Just message me. Wink, wink. Okay. Oh, one more thing to add on that. This might be a plug, but I am updating my website right now. The website will mainly be of free things for people. Like I'm making a calendar that's for like lost moms, and I'm making a booklet of like step-by-step things to like do for yourself every day after you've lost a child, which is absolutely terrible and taboo, and nobody wants to talk about it, and it's disgusting, and I get it. But people message me every day. Hey, what do I get my friend who just miscarried? Hey, what do I get my sister-in-law who's going through a hard time and her baby's in the hospital? Hey, what do I, literally every day, multiple times a day. So I'm like, okay, like I need to just like make a calendar, booklets, like just stuff like that to support you guys. I will have like cute little hoodies and sweatshirts if you want to support, you know, me and my family, that's fine. But that's not what the website's for. And that's my little plug. So be watching out for that. It's coming, and I'm so excited. It'll be definitely like women supporting women focused, heart mom focused, lost mom focused, things like that. That's kind of what I'm going for. Okay, this person says sticking to a budget. Love that for you. Love being responsible. I am not good at this. Drew knows. And I'm not saying I just freaking go out and spend $1 zillion. But after losing Everly, I just 1000% turned into a YOLO person where I'm like, you can't take it with you. I'm buying both the shoes. Like it's not good. Like it's not good. But if you know how much I donate and if you know how much I freaking give back, if you know that every single Venmo and GoFundMe account that I come across of somebody in need, like I do everything I can to support them too. And again, I'm going to say again, poor Drew. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he is the best, but he would support me supporting you guys too. You know what I mean? So it's not that, it's mainly the shoes thing. I'm like, okay, I'm buying both the shoes. And even then, he's so perfect that he doesn't even like, he's not even like, honey, come on, we need to save money. He's just like, all right. And I'm like, you're welcome. You know who you married. Love ya. And it's terrible. And I just love him so much. And we've been married 10 years and I just want to freaking squeeze his face every time I see him. He's so cute. This person, oh, I love this one. It's okay to say no. My most difficult thing ever. Yeah, just say no. You can just say no. Yeah, like you can just say no. It's like, no. But I get this too. I'm the type of person that, and I posted a reel on this last year when I was in a severe depressive state. I literally posted a reel where I was like, it was like the clicking sound of like texting, and it was like, and it was like you texting your friend to ask how they're doing, even though you're in a depressive slump and you haven't left your house in 2 weeks, or like something like that. And that's totally me. And I know that it's like when you're in a slump, like try to serve others, like it does help. And it does, like it really does. And I think that's kind of like what got me out of my bubble a little bit. But also, if there's a birthday party, if there's a Christmas party, if there's a New Year's party, Galentine's is coming up. If this is going on, if let's raise money for this neighbor who's going through something, let's do a meal for so-and-so who just had a baby. If like one or two of those things is so great and so giving. You don't have to do 20 things. You don't. You can literally just do what you have the capacity for at the time, and don't feel bad about it because you're fine. And we're all just freaking surviving, and it takes a village and all the things. So if I have a neighbor that has a newborn and a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, that's going to be different than me, who I have a kid in preschool all day today and another one in elementary all day. And I have a lot more hours in my day to maybe make dinner for the neighbor who's going through cancer treatments. Like it's different. Like it is different. And you're allowed to set boundaries for yourself and we all have our capacity, and it's important for you to set boundaries for yourself, for your mental health, your emotional health. Like we don't all need the world on our shoulders. And maybe I need to like listen back to what I just said, because I do the exact same thing. So I'm going to add that to my list this year too. Just say no. I'm at my capacity. I'm saying no. Dang, that's a great one. Okay, the next one I'm not going to read because it's not appropriate for the podcast. Basically saying stop having extracurricular things on with married men. Am I saying that right? Yeah, so that's a great one. That's a great New Year's resolution. Do something for me and read more. Amazing. I love that. Do something for you. Like spend like $12 on Amazon and get some of those like face masks that have a ton of chemicals in them. You have no idea what you're putting on your face. And just tell your husband or your partner, or if you're single or whatever, just freaking go in your room and turn off the light and lay that on your face and play your favorite music, and you'll love it. I do that with my red light therapy. I try to do it every day. Doesn't always happen, but that's a great one. And I'm pretty sure with those face masks, your eye holes are open so you can read a book while you're doing it. I think that's great. So love that one. Stop letting anxiety control my life so much and stop worrying about what could happen. Oh my gosh, you need to start doing that. It's funny. I have the best in-laws. They are the kindest people. And I can say this because even if they do hear this, like, it's not even a bad thing. It's such a beautiful thing, but they have anxiety. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, oh no, like you can't go to Greece. They just had an issue with their something. And Drew and I will be like, well, we're going and we'll be fine. That kind of takes us back to like the YOLO thing. So I get it. Like it's a practice. Like you have to like practice taking that leap. And even if you do have anxiety, like there have been times where Drew and I will leave on a trip, and while we're on the trip, I literally have told him, I'm like, just so you know, like saying bye to the boys, I was really nervous. Like I had a lot of anxiety. And he's like, you did? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I had a lot of anxiety when we were getting on the airplane. And I was like, you did? And it's like, I don't want to project my anxiety onto him, but like, I feel it too. I get it. With that said, I know firsthand that I have zero control over life happening. And so if I can go on a trip and go to Greece or Spain or Mexico or wherever, or Park City or freaking Canada or California, it doesn't matter. The anxiety that you feel, like honor it and be like, cool, I feel that and it sucks. Like this feeling sucks. But then push through, and I am telling you, you'll have the best experiences. Like you really, really will. And that anxiety won't last long. And if anything, it's just good practice. So I totally get that. And I just want you to be able to experience life and not be like so scared of life, because life is just freaking happening. Like balls are freaking being thrown at you everywhere. You might as well be enjoying your life. Life is going to happen to all of us. We're going to have a freaking blown tire, or we're going to get sick, or someone in our family is going to get sick, or our kid's going to need stitches, or our house is going to flood. Guess what? It happens to everyone. We all have those things. So why aren't you living your life? Why aren't you enjoying the amazing parts of your life, right? While those other things freaking suck. So that's my thing. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. And I wish you the best. And I think that's a great New Year's resolution for you. And it really is just a mindset, and try to talk nicer to yourself and talk nicer about your surroundings, and your brain will start changing and helping you with that. Anyways, okay. This one says, nope, not this year, just going with the flow, which is freaking great. Oh my Lanta, like, I get that some years it's like, oh yeah, like I have goals, I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's go. But it's also okay to just be like, oh my Lanta, like I'm okay. Like I'm doing great. The goals that I've had, I still have them, or I'm done with, but like I'm okay to just have my habits, and they're not unhealthy, and they're nice. And like, say you literally are like, I've been working on myself for the last like 2 years, my mental health. And then you're like, heaven forbid, like you just like take a deep breath and you're just like, no, like one day at a time, I'm just going to chill. It's going to be a great year. I'm just going to chill and not have any goals. That's actually beautiful. Like that's really freaking beautiful. And I am so stoked for you. And that will be me next year. Wink, wink. After I clean out my basement and all of my piles. Okay, this one says read more. Love that for you. I am not a physical reader, which is so dumb. I bought a Kindle it was probably like 6 months ago. It just sits there. I can't read physically. I can't read and it's like a tablet. It's so dumb. It's like not even physical, but you get what I'm saying. I have to do audio. I am a headphone in my ear type of girly, and I'll be literally looking at my child and being like, what do you want for dinner? And he'll be like, I don't know, like chicken or like a hamburger. And I'm like, cool, I got you. And in my ear, it's like, yeah. And then after that, we went to the forest. And after that, this is what happened. Like I'm literally listening to a book or a podcast in my ear. And that's ADHD. So if you don't have that talent, I'm sorry. But ADHD freaking sucks. So if I can have a positive to it, I'll take it. And that's one of them, where it's like my brain has to be doing this while I'm doing this. I told you there was a puzzle over here. I have to be watching a show or listening to a podcast while I'm working on my puzzle. That is my decompress. Don't sit me in a room alone with my thoughts. That's like my biggest fear. I can't sit there alone with my thoughts. I spiral. I'm definitely not as cheerful as a person. I'm not as uplifting as a person. So don't do that to me. That's like literally my worst nightmare. And my psychiatrist is like, well, what would happen if you just sat in a room by yourself with no book, no audio book, no podcast, no nothing? And I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want to do it and you can't make me. So sucks to suck. Here's my payment and I'll talk to you later. So yeah, love that. Love that for you. This one says meditate. Cleave. I haven't. Oh, it said it. They meant to say have. Meditate. I have never been able to. Was I just talking about that? I literally cannot sit there and clear my mind. It's impossible and I can't do it. So if you're a meditation girly and you're like, no, it took me this and this and this and this, and you should really try it, then like send me your tips, because I've never been able to do that. And I honestly rather die. Just kidding. That's dark. But sitting there and being like, look at this wall, or no, close my eyes. It's quiet. I don't know. Because just barely I was like, oh, dang, maybe that would be nice. But I don't know. I'm just like scared of that. I'm scared of like what would come up, but maybe amazing things would come up. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. See this one, and we're almost done. This one says, I have to travel somewhere on my bucket list. That's like beautiful. You have to do it. Bucket lists are different for everybody. So like, I love that this one is kind of relative. They weren't like, I'm going to go to freaking like, I don't know, wherever. You can go wherever you want. But yes, if you have a bucket list of like 2 or 3 places that you want to go, freaking book it. Money comes and goes. I understand being responsible. I understand savings for like a rain cloud or whatever they call it. Like, yes, save it for a rainy day. This is hard when Drew wasn't here and I can't like banter with him, because he would immediately be like, no, it's save it for a rainy day. Like he would know exactly. But when it's just me, I'm like left to figure it out. I understand needing to be financially responsible, paying your bills, putting food on the table, taking care of people you love. I'm not naive enough to know that that isn't like what a lot of people are going through right now. And I know how hard it is. I have been there. I promise you I've been there. I promise you I lived off of Top Ramen and freaking like vitamins. Like I'm like vitamin pills. No, vitamins. Like I'm like, okay, well, I'm not eating that much right now, so I'll just like take a vitamin today. Like I've literally lived that life. I wasn't even trying to like get skinny. I was trying to like be full because I was hungry. And I come from 2 different like households. Like my parents are divorced, and one of my houses was very YOLO, buy the car, buy the shoes, do the thing, finances will come and go. And then I grew up on the other half, and it was 50-50 custody. The other side was being frugal. No, you can't have a candy bar when we're in the checkout line at Walmart. Like you have to earn that. We don't have enough money for that. Like I can't buy that for you. And so I feel like 50-50, I'm kind of both of those people. I'm also a Gemini. Yeah, you heard that. I'm a Gemini. I don't know anything about astrology, but I do know that I'm a Gemini, where I'm two different people. I'm an extrovert and I'm an introvert. I am dirty with all my piles, and I'm a minimalist. I freaking love going outside and being active and playing, but I freaking love being inside and just vegging out and doing a puzzle. Like, I am two people at once. My poor family who's had to live with me. They're the best. Anyways, so what was my tangent? I don't remember. Oh, point of the story is I understand being frugal and I understand saving for a rainy day, but you never know when you'll take your last breath. You just don't. We don't know. Like, I wish I could shake people and be like, you don't know. And the fear you have, or like the amount of money you want to have before you book your trip to Bali or like wherever, like that might happen in 5 years or next year. But you can also like figure it out and go now, and you'll figure it out. Like, you'll survive. Like, you will figure it out. And maybe this is terrible advice, but I literally I'm just so a YOLO person that I'm like, don't wait, because you don't know. And if you can barely swing it, this time, you need to freaking go. You need to book the trip. It was funny. I was talking with my husband. This is probably like 2 years ago. Lexi Nevin, she's the owner of Dressed in Lala, and I know her from St. George. Me and her both from St. George, a lot of mutual friends. We both have the same hair girl. I like freaking love her so much. But she said the first time she went to the Taylor Swift Eras tour, she like told people and she had a podcast for a minute. I think she's taking a break from it right now. But she literally said, she was like, the Eras tour is life-changing. And if you don't go to it and you want to, then you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure she even said, take out a credit card and make payments on it. And I was talking to my husband about this, and he's like, that's a terrible idea. But literally, like, I'm more on her side, where I'm like, book the freaking trip, book it. You'll figure it out. I'll figure it out with you. I want you to go on that trip. Dang, that was long-winded, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Very passionate about it, because we're going to go anytime. You're going to take your last breath, and in the afterlife, are you going to be like, oh, dang, I wish I went on the Eras tour? Like, probably not, but like, you would really enjoy it in this life. You would really enjoy going to Bali in this life, or to Fiji, or to wherever. You know, you get what I'm saying. Okay. This one is freaking hilarious, and I could have written it in. It says, I have no goals. I'm tired. That is hilarious, and I'm obsessed. And that really is the last one. Dang, I feel that. See, part of me is just go. Record a podcast today. Yes, you did that. It's great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to come out next week. Maybe record a reel or something today. Talk about your daughter on social media. And then the other part of me is like, dang, this puzzle is really winking me in the face over here, and I really want to work on it. So that's my mind all the time. But dang, that one is so funny. It just said, I'm tired. No goals, I'm tired. I'm going to like put that on a vision board or something, except for that's terrible. Okay, so that is all. Thank you all for writing in. That was really fun. I wish you the very best this year. It's going to be the freaking best year ever. Like, I am so excited for all of you for 2025. Freaking get it or don't. Whatever your vibe is, I'm here for you, and I am just so here to cheer you on. Even if you're in the corner not getting it, I will be your cheerleader, being like, yes, Go you, not doing shit. I love that for you. So, point of the story is have such a wonderful 2025. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me in this journey of mourning my daughter, enjoying my boys, rolling my eyes at my boys and how freaking feral they are, and just like giving me this platform to talk about my feelings, because like dang, like it really helps to like decompress. So I appreciate you so much. That is all for Happy Everly After podcast. Please like and subscribe. I know it's so dumb. Sorry, I'm like saying the same thing that everyone else says, but it just like helps the podcast out so much to reach new like listeners. And also I'm pretty sure that like what I've been through, I feel like a lot of other people have been through, and I just want to like be here for you. So send it to your friends, write a review. That would be amazing. And thank you for listening. Bye.